someone else my identity. Our enemy's worst nightmare is this, is that you and I will discover and become who God has made us to be. And listen, not just be who God has made you to be, and do what he has purposed and gifted you to do. Some of us are just innately gifted to do certain things. We have such a passion. We have been trained. We have all of the wherewithal to do certain things. And the only thing that's stopping us is our thinking. In Lori's book, As My Leaders Go, So Do I, she gives her amazing story about her journey. And as I reread it, I could clearly see with crystal clarity, right, with 20/20 vision, that the purpose of the thoughts of confusion that she was having at that point in her life, the purpose was only identity theft. He did not want her to become who she is right now. Look at all of the people that her life, her victory, her testimony, her decision, her thinking. We are all sitting here today because of what she's thinking. But he wanted to steal her identity so she would never have this thought that she's had right here for this moment. What is he after with you as it relates to you? I often ask myself a question when I go through seasons of testing and trial, different seeming like whatever could go wrong. I have to stop myself and say, what are you trying to prevent me from doing, becoming, or being instrumental to someone else to become and do what they're supposed to do? Why am I such a target? Why am I on your mind? And let me just share this. We see his strategy at play. This is his MO. Once you understand, and I know Lori can identify with this, with being in the military, right? Once you identify an enemy, you also need to identify their strategy. Once you identify their strategy, they're no longer as big of a threat because they now become predictable. He uses, this is what he does. There are three things. He uses thoughts, ideas, and suggestions. That's all he's got. He doesn't make us do anything. I know back in the day, there was a man named Flip Wilson. I know y'all think I'm too young to know about that, but my parents would, like stuff like that. They used to watch that kind of stuff. And Flip Wilson would say, the devil made me do it. Well, guess what? We give him far too much credit for a lot of things that he's not doing. And it's not always the enemy. Sometimes it's the inner me. It's our thoughts. Sometimes it's our thoughts. And he uses thoughts, ideas, and suggestions. Let's examine subject number one. Her name is Eve. See, a lot of times when we're bombarded with all of this in our mind, we think we're the only one in the world going through something. We think we're the only one that's having resistance. We think we're the only one that's having negative thoughts. We think we're the only one, going through these assaults, right? Staying up at night, thinking about these things. We think we're the only ones attacked to listen